Hi ladies, I want to make a video about PCOS, specifically early beginnings with PCOS. How do you know that you have PCOS? So I'm going to talk about my story, and there's going to be a little bit too much information from time to time, so use your discretion. I got my first period when I was 15, which is really late, I know, but I didn't choose that. Yeah, and like most girls, I'm assuming, things were kind of irregular. I got periods every 2 weeks to 8 weeks, and everywhere in between. And at first, I didn't think it was a big deal. And then after a couple years, I started to think, okay, I should be getting into a regular cycle now. Things should start to even out, and they weren't. And I was still having a lot of acne, and not a lot, but some. And things just didn't feel right. Things felt off. I talked to some girlfriends of mine, and all of them were on the pill. They were all on birth control, and all of them found that going on birth control helped to regulate things related to hormones anyways, and they suggested talking to my doctor and going on the pill. So I put it off for a while. I didn't want to have that talk with my doctor. I've had the same doctor since I was 7, or I had the same doctor from the time I was 7 until I was 18. And you'll see pretty quickly here why I switched doctors. Went to my doctor, asked to go on the pill, felt really uncomfortable, and he gave me a huge stack of abstinence brochures. And I didn't go to get on the pill because I was sexually active. I went to go on the pill because my hormones were totally out of whack and things weren't right. And I felt too uncomfortable to explain myself and talk about why I was asking for the pill, so I just nervously took the brochures and left. And then started the pill, and I didn't really talk about it. I didn't think there was anything seriously wrong, and to be frank, I didn't really care. I was 18, and things started to even out when I went on the pill. I didn't have a lot of symptoms of PCOS, so it was all good. I had no idea I had PCOS. I had no idea anything was really wrong. But I think on some level, I always wondered. There was a part of me that felt as if something was wrong, and I was fine to deal with that later. So, yeah, I waited. So, fast forward about 6 years. That's now. Actually, fast forward 4 years. When I was 22, during the summer of 2008, I decided to go off the pill. I just wanted to see what my body would be like off of the pill, and what would happen. Went off the pill, and then shortly thereafter I met Joe, who's my fiance now, and we started dating, and I wasn't on the pill for 10 months, and we weren't very good about birth control. We just didn't worry about things, which is kind of irresponsible, but yeah, we didn't really think about it. I guess I wasn't, yeah. Okay, I have no excuse. It was stupid, but doesn't matter because now we're facing all these fertility things anyways, so whatever. No more Okay, after 10 months, I started to lose hair, and I started to get bad acne, and I started getting hair like on my tummy, which never happens to me, and I had like some on my nipples, which is that never happens to me, and I started to get stabbing pains where your ovaries are, and I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was weird, and it was getting progressively worse, which was concerning to me. And just side note, I brought this up to my family around Thanksgiving time, my mom and one of my sisters, and they just started hysterically laughing at me, maybe for losing hair. I have no idea why. And then after that, I just felt like not talking to people about it, but whatever. After a while, I decided to go to my doctor, my new doctor, who did not give me abstinence brochures, but actually listens to me. And I just talked about some of the symptoms I was having, and right away, she wanted to test for PCOS. She scheduled an ultrasound, and she scheduled a blood test. And I don't do blood tests. I don't do medical stuff. I kind of ignore doctors altogether, I don't like to admit it, but I'm a little bit nervous about medical intervention. I'm pretty happy just to suck it up and get through whatever's going on. But with all the symptoms I was having, I decided it was important to find out what was going on, and I went for the blood test. Which, funny story, I fainted in the elevator after, and a woman who struggled to walk had to drag me out of the elevator. And then a pharmacist and a nearby sales lady made me eat a muffin and took care of me. It was really pathetic, and it's kind of funny in retrospect, but yeah, I'm not good with blood tests. So yeah, went for the blood test, went for the ultrasound, and got the results back, and I think, okay, I have paperwork here. So I went for my ultrasound around the time that most women would be ovulating. And it says the right ovary measures 31 millimeters, and about 25 is average, so 31 isn't crazy. In length with at least 5 follicles under 8 millimeters, which means that instead of there being one egg, which is well developed, I guess about 15 millimeters or so, there's 5 that were under 8. So instead of having one egg that's ready to go, there were 5 underdeveloped. So that sucks. And then the left ovary was 34 millimeters, which is pretty big, and there were 6 follicles at least, all under 15 millimeters. And all in that, like the ring around the ovary. So basically on both sides, I had a lot of follicles, but no eggs. So they said possible polycystic ovaries, otherwise everything was normal. Well, then we looked at the blood test results. And for the hematology panel, which is the blood, maybe I'll just show this. Okay. Does this come out okay? Not really. Okay. I'll just tell you guys. So all the blood panel work came out normal. I had a really high red blood count, which is good because that means my iron is high, which is good. Kidney and liver functions are normal. I did have one thyroid level checked. I had said in my previous video that we didn't check the thyroid panel, and that's probably because I did have one result and it was totally normal. 2.55 micromoles per liter. I don't know. I haven't taken chemistry in 8 years, so yeah, basically it was normal. So, yay. But then we turned the page and talked about the hormonal levels, and those were not normal. The DHEA sulfate, the reference range was between 1.8 to 10 micromoles, and mine was 12.6. So that's really high. So my adrenal gland, I just can't talk tonight. My adrenal gland is like hyperproducing DHEA and testosterone. The normal range is 0.5 to 2.5, and mine was 4.2. And 4.2 is a lot higher than 2.5. So between the blood work and the ultrasound, we decided that I had PCOS, which explains why way back in the day when I had some hormonal things off, basically I had PCOS all along. I didn't know. So birth control was kind of a waste. And I'm not sure what else to say about PCOS, but that's my experience with it so far. And I'm off the pill now. I've been off the pill for about 2 months, and no weird symptoms so far. Everything's okay. So I will keep you guys posted on how the PCOS goes. Okay.